Hey folks, I'm CPC Gamer and slightly annoyed as well. Right. Mum sent over a couple of cans. And she's like, hey, maybe you can drink that while you're on stream. Leaving out the bit where she had shaken it up real good. So as soon as I open it, it explodes all over me and my desk and my computer and my Switch. And it's like as tidy as it's getting right now, because I'm not like sweeping up and scrubbing down my flat midstream. I got stuff to do. But it's not even a good drink. Here's Jade Cocoon, everybody. How are we doing? Well, you know what, Wolf? I could do a hydrating because, bit sticky. It's fine. So, between the last stream and this one, what did I do? I did a little bit of grinding. Literally, a little bit of grinding. You see there, I've got 1,000 yan. You probably don't see it, but my stats have gone up a little bit. I got a new suit. You can't tell, it's still white. And I got a new sword, which isn't a sword. It's got like a really small bat'leth. Anyway, let's go to the Dragonfly Forest. Wolf's happy thing is Lord of the Rings War in the North has returned to PC for purchase. Oh, heck yeah. Is that the one where you can shame the orcs by letting them live with the knowledge that they were defeated in combat by some stupid Yumi? Be very quiet, everyone. I'm hunting this thing. Really? Madreg again. Alright. If you would like to know my happy thing for the day, there's a couple, actually. I touched on them when I was doing crosswords today. I did not rename my minions. So you can see that this guy's called Patalju still, but I am open to naming my minions, alright? I was going to turn to you guys for such things. It'll be fun. What else? So I mentioned these this morning. My happy things for the day. I got to help out a bunch of people with knowledge in a Discord server. And I'm really, really glad that I did that. And that I was able to do that. Honestly. I think everyone was kind of cool and mature about it. Do I want to bother you again? Yeah, let's bother you again. It is Quaka's last day at her current job. She moves on to better things and not having to deal with her boss. We'll deal with that when she's here. And yeah, it's just been a good time lately. Dang it. I'm not going to win this, especially if you keep getting twice turns. Which you may very well do, honestly, if it's like that. Request a minion called Lucy the Handful. Got it. Which one would you like? I do need to add another minion to the lineup. Hopefully today. I need to have a water one. Yeah! Now. What a stupid thing to have done, Madreg. Hello, Detective Heartache. Goodbye, Detective Heartache. Thank you very much for stopping by. Heartache's cool. I like watching Heartache streams. Always got a good beat on things. I also said something incredibly stupid on her stream, and I think I broke her a little bit, and I'm so happy. Is that pot? Ooh! Now what that does... Is that a key item? Yeah, that's a key item. So that's a kickle nut. Translated as kickleberry in English. And... yeah, hey, you're coming with me. Well, it's a secret tool. It will help us later. No. So what it was... Detective Heartache asked me on stream, as somebody who is studying another language, to whatever capacity that I am, do I have a go-to sentence when people say, "Hey Cass, say something Japanese"? And yes, I do. And the saying is, "Watashi no hovercraft wa unagi de ippai desu." And she read that. She read it aloud, and she's there. She's just giggling at this stupid thing that I said, which it translates to "my hovercraft is full of eels," by the way. And yeah. I'm catching this thing. I want it. You see the little dagger thing I have there? That's the little mini butler thing that I have. Wolf, there's a... I think it's just called The Lord of the Rings. It's one of the games Stonehenge played, and I was part of that lineup. And we had a lot of fun with it because it wasn't bright and colourful platform. Yes, my hovercraft is full of eels is from Monty Python. A man buys a very badly translated phrase book. And he's just saying absolute nonsense to the man in the cigarette shop. And my hovercraft is full of eels is how he tries to communicate that he wants a book of matches. I believe. At least that's how the tobacconist takes it. And it's so stupid. Oh, it broke! The game broke! Look, I have more health than I have health. It's possible to do that. You can do that in the localized version of the game. There's an item that gives you additional health. And if you use too many of them, it's a random drop in the post-game. Then eventually your health just breaks out of the bar and runs off the edge of the screen. It's done that in my main playthrough in England. I may have to show that off. And it's one of those things where, and Heartache touched on this as well, I'm sure I could say lots of sentences in well, I can say lots of sentences in Japanese. I can get by on like tourist Japanese, but a lot of it seems really simple to me, and I don't know that it would necessarily be impressive. Like, one of the things you would be is like, "My name is Cass." But in Japanese, that's 2 words, and one of them is Cass. So, like... Alright. you could expand it and go full, like, textbook. Watashi no namae wa Cass desu. And just be like, meet, morph, and do angular arm movements at the same time. Alright, so this is the Dragonfly Forest, everybody. This is more of a tropical forest than the last one. I think what the game does... Oh, is that going to be a back attack? No. Let's see how we do. Do you know what? I might have one for me and one for my minion. How's that? I don't think you get to be Lucy the Handful because your main attack is a headbutt. So, no. No to that one. And then we got into this whole thing about Japanese pronouns and how there's like a billion of them. And the one that I use is deliberately obtuse and sarcastic, except I don't actually use it. I only use it sarcastically. That would be Oira, which is very much... Yoroi! I'm Cass! That's whatever the Japanese version of that voice is Oira. Nobody uses that. I don't want to click that button. I'm going to click that button because that was defend. It's fine. I wanted to click that button. See the good that it did me? I think I might use Bird as the base body type for the next minion that I'm going to craft. I do really like the little tiger with a horn, but these guys fly and they look cool, and I always liked them in the English version. So, and look at how fast they are. Get that speed. All right. Let's switch over to Levant, hopefully catch one, get rid of some, and everything will be fine. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch the other one. At least not right now. Also, since we're here in Purple, I'm pretty sure Yugoslavia is a U thing. That makes you crack up. And you know what? It's good reasons. It's very, very funny. Man, this fight's going really, really poorly, isn't it? You mean you're escaping on 4 hit points? Get out of here. Try that again. It's fine. We can go and ask Levant. Nope, we're Levant. We can go and ask Mabu for some more cocoons, and we'll be absolutely fine. There we go. Let's try you. Did I say I needed a water type? I meant I needed an earth type. That's right. I'm smart. That is... Yeah, that's media. That's heal. You ever get the feeling that you just taken the wrong path and you shouldn't have? That's how I'm kind of feeling right now. Because you may have seen, we had two paths, left and right, and I went this way, which I think is the wrong one. I mean, for sure that's the wrong one. Tag out for you. Problem solved. Everything's fine. You couldn't have given both of us a bit of a leg up on that one game. That's fine. Right. I am going to... Oh, yeah. Japanese game. Not X on the PlayStation. It's Circle. Speaking Japanese was an interesting experience when I went both times, actually. More so the first time. Because the idea was that... So the idea was that the girls I went with were studying Japanese in college. They were second-year students, and they wanted to go immerse yourself, learn the language. Alright, cool. That's why you go to places like that. And they didn't speak at all. Like, any speaking while we were there, the vast majority was done by me, because they were just, well, no, they were like, which, cool, you've got your thinking noises down. Can we ask the guy where the train station is? I can. That's not even gonna get me a level up. That's fine. Get leveled, nerd. What it will do is it will put a bunch of EXP in the pool. What we'll do, which one is it? It's you, alright? Nope. It's you! I forgot that I renamed it. It's Madreg, not Vitolka. So, 29, 28, 15, 18, 29, 30, 30. Nope, it's gonna be this way round. What are you gonna look like? Well, you still got all your cool stats. Look at that. Deva Multia. I think that is... Well, that one is standard wind attack, strong wind attack, hit all wind attack. It's been a minute. What do you look like? Well, you're not a flappy type, but that is kind of cool. And we bolted wings onto this thing. I'm down for it. And because Empirical's he didn't suggest it, he requested it. That's a different word. this character, this is Lucy. This is Lucy the Handful. I don't have enough letters for that. So what we're gonna do, you are just going to be Lucy, but like Lucy for short. Lucy the Handful. There we go. Do I have any more? No. Cool. When we come up with names for the others, I'm happy to hear them. And that's what I will use. Well, yeah, my experience visiting Japan the first time was very... Like, the first day, I will admit, I was that tourist, very shyly asking people, hey, do you speak English? Can you speak English, please? And then very quickly came to realize, like, I'm a tourist, and I've studied for this sort of thing. It's quite rude to just be like, hey, you, speak to me. I'm the unknown quantity here, right? I'm going to speak the language of the country that I'm in. I'm not the guy who goes to the places like, Dos Biros, per favor. I'm not that guy. Get out of here. I know what I'm doing. Vaguely. And thankfully, Japan's one of the places, well, one of the cultures, I should say, where if you try to speak the language, people go, oh my goodness, you're speaking the language. Good job! In the same way that I speak to Tiny Child when she does multiplication. But, you know, I feel happy with it. I'm gonna fight this one. I don't need it for parts. I'm gonna use it for experience. See, because pathology really needs to get the speed up. So let's do some of that. Although if I catch something, I will level up too. I remember there's a pretty decent alien looking one down here somewhere. Excuse me, did you two get woken up by the UI sound? Oh, that's very cheeky. Oh, Rickstress with your work lurk. How dare they? I'm like, yeah, I get it. Sometimes you have to go and do the works. But don't they know you've got a stream to be watching? Bring them in here. This can be the Zoom meeting. How's that sound? Yeah? We can circle back to the Dragonfly Forest and weird little metallic armadillos. There we go. Good. Leveling up your capture level, good sentence, Cass, means that You can give yourself a job title promotion change type thing if you want. You were woken up by the UI noises. Look at that. But it also means... Yeah, that'll be fine. It means that you can change the tune that you play when you catch minions. It also means that you can catch higher minions, and it sort of scoots the algorithm so that you can capture minions with higher HP and higher percentage of HP. Essentially moving on from Pokeballs to Great Balls. Of fire. I didn't want to say that. I halfway through saying it, I thought I could say Great Balls of Fire right now. And then I don't, because it's a stupid cast, but I did. It's one of the things that happens when you stream. You just... I'm just going to wind up my brain, set it down, and watch it just run in circles on the carpet. There you go. Ah ha ha ha! Your name is something like Sprig, I want to say. Rigu, I was close. No, I wasn't. I'm going to catch this one because I don't have an Earth type, and at a point I'm going to need one. I want to say that skill is Inflict Petrify? I could be wrong. That could just as easily be Hit All. I'm pretty sure there's enemies around here that have Add Stoner, and... oh, you don't want that. Come on. I hate tank controls. I hate them. Insomnia Aaron, welcome on in. That... what's this way? Oh, I remember what's this way. Another one of you. I'm going to be honest with you, I had a bad time with Tomb Raider as well. Oh, amazing. So that one's hit everyone with wind magic. I'm so glad. Now, the bit that tripped me up in Tomb Raider was working out / realizing how the jumps worked. Like, there is a difference between doing a running jump and then hitting jump and then running. And one of them gets you distance, one of them gets you height. It changes the angles. And it's... learning that made the game easier to navigate. I did not come away from that appreciating tank controls. Not one bit. this will let me get slightly buffed up version of Rigu. Again, this is going to, at least until I can find something else, maybe? I don't know. Ooh, now there's a thought. If they've shuffled around the names of certain, well, the positioning of certain minions, I wonder what I'm going to find in the third forest. Anyway. That will be for later. Yeah, this is going to serve as my base Earth minion until I'm able to potentially get something a little more in line with what I prefer. I remember Rigu is very big and tanky, but I never used it. Possibly because in the English version of the game, you get an Earth minion like right out of the gate. It's outside of Chorus's hut in the first forest. It's turf raid. It's tank. It's amazing. It serves as the basis for Trish in my playthrough. Really? It's like twice you've done that game. Can I sneak past you? Nice. So what that is, Agni's seal and Agni's... Yeah, Agni's seal, which is a free use item for me. Essentially, I can cast Fire 1, Fire 2 by using that. I also get some equipment, which is on this menu. That's just a straight power-up, isn't it? Look at that. Let's get that. Lucy's definitely going to level up after this one. Oh, that's great! Actually. Because I'm so fast I get 2 turns, I was able to just wait it out. Free turn. Will I be able to do that if I do that? No, absolutely not. Okay. I may have set myself up for failure by saying Lucy is definitely going to level up after this fight. Do I want another? Not really. So that'll be fine. Let's just do one of those. Right, so that will be enough to level up, and that is... Yeah, nah. I'll tell you what surprises me, actually. Lucy doesn't put her wings down when she defends. And that's probably because her wings are not part of the original model. They've been added on. And I half suspect this is one reason why the game has never been ported to anything. Because, like, whatever mechanics they've got going on behind the scenes for working out how the creatures fuse together, what happens when you bolt this creature onto that creature, and all this and this. It's ridiculous. It's insane. And especially when you consider some of the things that they do in terms of the creature's growth. Like, the creatures will age up, and they will mature, and horns will get bigger, wings will get bigger, body shapes will change. Yes, this is where I needed to go. So, yeah, look at him. I see you. I see you right there, fella. So what I'm gonna do... Nope. That way around. Top up Lucy. Don't really need to. Top up me. Don't really need to. So, in the English version of the game, this guy speaks in what is essentially Mr. Garrison's voice from South Park. Well, what do we have here, Mr. Hat? This guy thinks he's a fake. This guy thinks that we are a fake just like him, and that we're muscling in on his turf. He's a poacher. He wants to steal our things, is what he wants to do. And you know what? We're gonna fight him anyway. We're not. This character is called Goat. That's what it says on the top there. Goat. Goat. It's actually a pretty technical fight in a way, because you're going to want to do what I have done right here. Summon a water minion. But even with the type advantage, this thing's real tough. And it's keeping pace with us. I mean, I should be fine if I can get a critical hit, or, frankly, if it keeps doing its little faffy little fire attacks which don't do any damage. That's the best one, though. I want one of these guys on my team because that's its standard attack. It's just spam. Oh, it's great. Right, let's throw out Lucy. I feel like this thing, this game, is doing something that a lot of modern games do, but don't tell you that they're doing, where hit point gauges are not a straight line. So particularly in, I think Assassin's Creed does it. Your first few hit points, you will lose those really, really quickly. But your last few hit points are like half your health bar. Nice! Don't you worry, we'll meet you again. friend of mine started the rumor that you could catch that guy's weapon, like it's a random drop. It's not. And actually, that's all I need to do out here. So I could just leave. Man, I genuinely thought, a breeze. I could just go through the second forest, no worries. Again, Japanese game, Japanese RPG. This game's tough. Go level up, Western man. I think I shall. $30, $28, $16, $28, $17. That's the one. You know, that's an interesting thought. So, the English version of the game, when Mabu is doing purification magic, she uses, like what you would consider to be like biblical language, lots of these and thous. Here she's using, warera, as in, that's a pronoun, it means, ware is I, warera is like us, but it's like a classical literature one. You don't often see ware used on the street from like just dudes, you know. So what if I do that? 130, 16, 17, 28. That is actually slightly better. Like, it's not as fast, but it's tough, and makes you look kind of tanky. But let's not. That one is the one I want. I think. Yes, Madreg can go do one of those. It's just interesting that, you know, different versions of the different languages have their own ways of doing what is essentially the same thing. Like, how do you indicate that she is speaking grandiose, essentially old-fashioned? Well, we use pronouns that are very far above her station that she would never ever use in real life. That's clever. Did I just see something tinkering around in the background there? I don't think I did. I sure did, but that's fine. I don't need to deal with you right now, Madreg. You enjoy your sleep. I'm going this way. There is a separate branching path this way, and oh no, there's something really cool down this branching path that I want, and I want to add to my team. Alright, excuse me. Something I like about those guys as well is they will chase you off. But when you put distance between the two of you, they will consider you sufficiently chased off that they won't continue. I think that's really clever. And to an extent, how territorial animals work. It just depends on how territorial and what the animal is. Shh. You didn't hear anything. Like if you look up certain kinds of hornet, them boys will chase you for miles to get away from their net. Oh, like wasps and stuff. No, hateful little beasts they are. And they will just chase you and chase you and chase you. And this is what you get. You better learn. Also fiercely territorial. So if you put up like a fake hornet nest, even a fake, like a crocheted one, or just leave an old one hanging up there, you won't get hornets back. Not financial advice. Don't listen to that. I might be wrong. Jaded Mew has subscribed on the 49-month streak. Hell yeah, thank you very much, Jaded Mew. I really appreciate you. I appreciate that this is the only channel that doesn't use your people name. And I call you the Jaded Mew. Do you have a preference which here pack of cards I open? We've got Winnie the Pooh, Monsters Inc., or Ursula the Sea Witch. This is why we needed to go the other way and fight the poacher. That's the word. Fight the poacher first. Because this thing, you need to use the dragonfly key. Well, it's not the dragonfly key. It's the larva key. You can't open the door if you don't do... I'm sorry, since the hell when was there a doorway over there? This fight's gonna go on, so we're gonna open this pack right now. Are we discovering new tech live on stream? I've never been that way. I don't think. I'm gonna go that way after this. Listen to that ASMR. Your first card in this pack is a character called Splody Head. Experiment 619. Booyaka. It's like Red Stitch is who this character is. I don't know who that character is. Mike Wazowski doing stand-up. There is one of the cards. I need to take a picture and show it off. There's one of the cards that's got Mike and Sully on it, but there is something in the way of Mike's face, and it's one of my favorite running jokes that Disney have done. And like every piece of media does this. You can't see Mike's face. What the hell is this? I've literally never seen this screen. And I owned this game since I was 12-ish. And like, I have literally never seen this room. What are you? just here for the look of it is what this room is. But, like, this is beautiful. Well, there you go. Is there one over this side? You'd think I'd know, right? Oh my god, there's one over this side as well. This isn't gonna go well. Minnie Mouse is the next character. I see Mickey Mouse in the background. I wonder if this is shared art. All of the lairds from the Brave cards did that. So, like, Lord Dingwall and Wee Dingwall, their card art is from opposite perspectives of the same pose. It's pretty cool. I love when TCGs do that. Or when they tell stories like that Embor growing up in Pokemon. I can say this because Rextras isn't here. I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch. And I never saw the series either. It was probably on the Saturday morning programming block after I stopped watching it. I don't know, just never really got into it. Peter Pan is your next one. You like Peter Pan. In purple. I can do things with that. You are so close. You are so close to leveling up. Is this room just... This room is also just here for the sake of having another room here. I love when games do that. This game's not nearly as linear as I thought it was. I don't know if I trust this, so excuse me a second while I save, because I know what's coming over here. That's actually pretty cool that they, like... Because as is my understanding, the characters in, like, the experiments can't control necessarily what they are. That's just what they are. So being able to tell someone, hey, what you are is not necessarily a bad thing, you can learn it. I like that.
Yeah, Kimi, 眉使いだね。僕と一発勝負しない?
So this character is Kikinak the Birdman. In English, like in the dub, he was massively gay. And there's no dialogue to prove this. He just lands like this. He's like, well, hello there. I'm looking for a strong man. Do you know any strong men? I'm like, oh, for God's sake. Basically, Kikinak here, he wants to duel, and he's annoyed that we don't immediately want to do that. But we don't really have a choice. This is his forest. We have to do what he says. And yeah, he's the legendary Birdman Kikinak. But we may only call him that if we can defeat him in combat. Well then, here we go! The next card is Belle. This key art looks like it is based on something else, but I, for the life of me, cannot place what it is. You pay 1 ink less to shift the character on top of this character. That could be useful for an inventor deck that I'm working on, because there's Steampunk Belle, where it's like, hey, shift -1 per item in your discard, and that can be really hard to pay off. Anyway, this is Kikinak. Because he is a birdman, in English at least, he's weak to fire. It's not listed, but he does have wind elemental because he's a bird. So he's weak to fire, at least in English. He's weak to fire in Japanese. The next card is a character I didn't know had a name. It's the waitress from the restaurant where Kuzco and Pacha hide out when they're running from Izma, where they sing happy birthday. Her name is Mata. M-A-T-A. Alright. Get 'em! Good! We have Doug! Doug the dog! That, I think, is the thing that makes our health go up. Onigurumi? I don't remember what it's called in English, but yeah, Onigurumi nut. Good job. Just gonna finish this off before we finish it off. Abbey Park from Turning Red, also have not seen. Carl Fredrickson, the new meta in the game is to play this card. Where he's like, you know, Ellie, I think we're gonna be together forever. And then your opponent cries, and you win by default. We have a character named Woody the Cowboy. This is absolutely twin art, because I see Jesse's arm in there. Maximus the Haunts. I have a promo version of this. It's got the big ugly gold folder on, border on it as well. And your shiny card is Russell, also from Up. Thank you very much for subscribing and continuing to subscribe, Jaded Mew, and for enabling my card hobby. Let's go! Kikinak talks about how strong we are. He can't believe how strong we are. We're almost as strong as that other guy he knows from Cyrus Village. Who? He tells us that his friend Yamu has Calabas, and you can find him in the Spider Forest. But we will need to trade something for it. You best be watching out, because the forest people are greedy, and he will try to cheat you. There you go, you see, Yamu in the Kumo forest. Kumo is Spider! I like Kumo, that's a good one. Do I have notes for this one? Not for this one. So, he mentions that the stuff around us, this powder on the floor, that's sleeping powder. That's going to have the opposite effect of what we want. However, he does have a small amount of Calabas powder, which will help us, and it will show that we are friends now, and we can trust him, and the things that he says. Do you know what? I'm wondering if he was intentionally written this way. He's repeating a lot of sentences, or like word fragments, like we saw. Essentially, yeah. How about that? But yes, a little bit of Calabas powder, and the key to the Spider Forest. wondering if they changed this in the English dialogue, because I see Yumejin. So, in English, at least, he dances around the point of who is the other person he knows from Cyrus Village. That's where we're from. But he does eventually say that he's friends with Kelmar, or Kelmario, in this instance. Yeah, there you go, Kelmario. So he dances around the point, but he does say he's friends with Kelmar. And he mentions that Kelmar is always bragging about how great his Cocoon Master friend is. That's us. There's also a bug in the American localization where Louis starts speaking at the end of this. Like, he's not in this scene. The dialogue just keeps running. And you get to hear like, hey guys, what are you doing up here? He's my friend? He's your friend too? I feel like he's speaking really, really quickly through this text, which is great. Alright, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Hanashi o yamero. Stop talking. It's not used in that context, but the way that it is written is just... Shut up! Are you hearing this? I'm hearing this. It sounds like someone's being murdered outside. There's a lot of screaming. It's the seagulls. I guess they're turning out the stuff from the bakery again. Anyway. Welcome back, Rickstress. I suggested that what you should do is to bring the work call here. We can, you know, pretend that this is your workspace, and... Oh no, those were outside gull noises. Speaking with Garai, she wants to know, hey, did you find the Birdman? Garai recognizes the ground calabash leaves that we have given to her, and she knows that this thing in her hand will save the village. But at present, we only have enough to save one, maybe two people. We need more. And in order to get more, we need to go into the spider forest. Tell me more about these forest people. So when we select this option, Garai tells us the story of... It's a Nagi story. She tells us the story of the forest people. They used to be divine beasts who became too greedy in what they were doing. So Elrond punished them by turning them into little goblins who were forced to live in the forest. As soon as they are able to overcome their greed and realize they don't need material possessions, they will turn back into the divine beasts that they were. But they're not gonna do that. Because, man, you know what's awesome? Material possessions. Like, stuff and things? Hell yeah, stuff! It's like it's a Greek tragedy. It's something that came up on Heartache's stream as well. Not this story, but the concept of the Greek tragedy and people not being able to just behave themselves, you know? There is also, in the English version, there's a pretty substantial talky bit now, so we'll see how that goes. Well, go to the spider forest, find forest person Yamu, and deal with him. Do I have notes on this? Where are my notes on this? Surely I've written down notes about this. Where are they? There we go. Now, are you going to want to talk to us first, or can I talk to you first? Hey, what kind of person was your dad? Quacker's back! Does that mean you're free from work? Forever? Hopefully, yes. So you'll notice that Mabu is now wearing, like, forearm sleeves. She was wearing wristbands after the first forest, and now she's covering up even more of her arms. Mabu is... Also, a character portrait has changed. She is constantly getting the worst deal out of this because she is not remotely ready for the job that she's doing. Like, she is constantly performing magic at the absolute upper limits of her abilities. And the game kind of implies that she's not doing it very well when you get to the later areas. So her body is slowly twisting and scarring and, like, breaking, essentially. And it's mentioned that this happens to all Nagi women when they do their magic. It's just hitting Mabu really hard because it is too much and too soon. Interesting bit of background storytelling as well. You'll notice that a lot of the people in this village dress for hot weather, except for Theo, our mum, who is covered head to toe and only shows her face. She is also covered in scars like Mabu. Hey, wait a minute, can we talk? But not around Garai. Let's meet at the watchtower. I am so glad that you're free. Let's go. I am so happy for you. I have worked with some terrible bosses, and when you get to break away from those bosses, hell yes. Mabu is... She opens with an apology. She just wants to talk to us. Away from Garai. She's sad because we used to talk all the time, but now we barely see one another. Isn't it weird? That's it. Talk about your mom, talk about your dad, talk about Mabu. I want to say the English version uses the names, but no, that's clever. Das kanji.
最近あなたが出かけているときにお母さんよく来るの。
So this is about our mom. Her name is Theo, as I mentioned just now. She frequently visits when we are away, and
私を気
she
遣っ
makes
て
a
いるのか
big
な。
point of fussing over Mabu when she does.
すごく優しくしてくれる。
And Mabu hates it.
困る。ガライバーにはあの人の気持ちわかるかもしれない。
Your room is 24 outside, inside 21. Please do something to cool yourself down. We like cool friends. Not hot. All our friends are hot. But not that kind.
好きな人のためだからこそこんな嫌な思いしてまで辛い仕事したんでしょ。
Mabu kind of pivots into talking about our father, saying how Rikets, our dad, ran away and abandoned our mum because he couldn't stand to see his wife in pain when she did the magic. And all that Mabu can think about when she sees our mum is that we, Levon, is going to do the same. At some point, we are just going to ditch her and run.
なのにどうして
And yet,
どうしてそれでも好きなの。
our mum still very much loves our
女の
dad.
人って
And Mabu doesn't
みんな
understand.
そうなのかな。
How can she
ガ
possibly
ライバ
love
ーの
somebody
前で
who
は
just
言えない
left?
けどなんか変だと思う。
She makes a point of resolving that no matter what happens,
気を悪くしたらごめんなさい。
she and I are going to stay together. We are not going to run off
私はあの人
like
みたい
our
に
father did.
生きられないな。今さら何も怖くないよ。だから私に構わず眉使いの務めを果たしてね。お父さんみたいにいなくなったら嫌だよ。
I'm editorializing a little bit, but I think I'm doing alright. Getting like every text box having its own little thing. I'm sorry you're having connection issues. Dude was having connection issues earlier with the crosswords. Hopefully this resolves and you can stay and we have fun.
お父さん立派な人だったんでしょ。
So this one is about our father.
あなたのお母さんから
Theo visits all the time and she speaks very highly of him, but he ran
最
away.
後まで守ってくれて
He left Levon and his mother.
優しい人だったって。
How could he be that great?
そんな人がどうして最後はいなくなっちゃうの。それが優しさなの。確かに呪いの刻印は女
She
にとっ
goes on
て
to
辛い
talk
もんだ
about
よ。
how the magic that she does is pure pain, and that's why she needs us to be beside her, so that she knows she's doing this for a reason.
辛い
She's
からこ
not
そ私は
just
そばにいてほしいな。
suffering.
あなたのお母さんにはそれが思いやりだったとしても私にはわからない。お願い。サイラスの眉使いと
We
して
get Overwatch update today.
最後までそばにいて。
So it may very well be the case that Rextras and I don't get to play tonight, because if I set my thing updating now, it will just eat up all my bandwidth and I don't get to stream. And I like streaming, I like playing this game. This one is about Mabu.
私あなたのこと
Oh, and she uses Atashi. That's the cute girly form of a personal pronoun.
でもね
She assures us that she
いろんなことがうやむや
she
のまま
really
で
does like us.
簡単に
It's
は
just
受け
there's
止
not
められ
much
ない
that she can do to show this right now.
掟は仕方
Like,
ない
we
の
have to
で
do this tradition. We have to follow
こ
the
の世に
rules.
生まれた以上
And
こうする以外ないも
even
ん
though she and I are saving the world, she's doing the brunt of the work and everyone hates her regardless.
人が
And on
何
top
と
of
言おう
that,
と私は私
we don't even get to talk to one
絶
another.
対に逃げたりしないよ。でも掟であなたのお嫁さんになったことには抵抗あるんだよ。だって
So yeah, apparently Overwatch lets you do that on PC because I'm a filthy console peasant.
村のこと、前
Um,
のこと、
I can't do that. I can only download the files from 6 p.m. when Nintendo releases them.
そんなことしか話してないよ。
Let's see what Blizzard broke
今
this
悩
time,
んでる
yeah?
場合じゃないよね。だけどいいのかなってうまく言えないけどなんか変だね。
Rickstress and I do frequently talk about how Blizzard is this small indie company with no money, so yeah, it makes sense that they frequently break their... Not their flagship product, that's Warcraft, but Overwatch is
ごめんね。自分でも何が言いたいのか
third.
よくわかんないよ。
She apologizes for keeping us. She knows we've got stuff to do, and that sometimes she just rambles on too much.
でも
But
言いたい放題言ったら
really good that we stayed and
ちょ
listened,
っと楽になった。
and she really appreciates it.
ありがとう。あ、そうだ。お礼にこれきっと役に立つよ。
She made that. It's a little Nagi headband, and she's given it to us, and it will hopefully bring us luck. Ooh, actually, you know what? I can go to you, because I can sell some of the bits that I have, specifically the silk that I just now made, and then I can go to the blacksmith and see if we've got any... Oh, of course you're an Ara woman. Of course you are. Alright, sell. I don't use those, so let's sell those. Delicious. Sell that. Don't sell that. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat it right now. You'll see. She's doing the same thing as Kikinak. Going, oh, yeah. Fair enough. There you go, see? Plus 2 hit points. What good's that gonna do? Not much. I want to say my main game has like 200 some. I play a lot of the post game in my main game. To me, the Citadel is either the company that made the paints for Warhammer,
いい武器を買うのもいいが
or
ほどほど
the
にしときな
test level in GoldenEye.
眉使いの武器は剣じゃねえ笛の力だ
Like if it came
リ
to
ケッツはそう言ってた
specifically how to do things in video games. Alright, what do you got for me? Can I afford that? I can just afford that. Why would I buy that when that is just better? That boosts all of my stats. Hell yeah, I'm wearing that. Got any weapons? 500 gold? Probably.
もっと強い武器が必要になって
Hydrate? Thank you very much, Quaka. I'm gonna have this drink out of spite. It's not even a good
そ
one.
の頃にはなんかできてるだろうよ。
おや、帰ってたのかい？あんたのうち大丈夫？紬場あたりじゃろくでもない噂が広まってるらしいけど、フィオとマーブちゃんがうまくいってないって？嘘だよね。
Ah, she calls him Mabi-chan.
大人の余計な噂に
That's cute.
惑わされちゃダメだよ。
バカ野郎。それこそ余計なことだ。まったく女ってやつ。
We are now on 2 characters who have just thrown up Baka as a character line. I very much appreciate it.
なーに言ってんだい。
3. Did Mabu say it? No, she
あん
insulted
たた
Louis,
ち
called him a kid.
男衆がもっとしっかりしないから、いつも女が泣かされるんだよ。まったく、こんな時だけは口が減らないね。ちょいと悪いこと言わないから、お母さんやマーブちゃんの
Sloth!
こと
Hello, hello.
気遣っておいで。
Welcome on in. You're cool. Sloth streamed earlier. They were playing a treasure hunting game and selling corsets to big handsome beach boys. Not the beach boys. God only knows. Good. But yeah, no, they were making that money. What does that do? Yes. Oh no, I bet you I can get 500 for this for the stuff I just
切れ
found.
味の良し悪しは俺ならどんな生蔵も立派に仕上げてみせるがな。
And then we sell that back to you. He made this for me, by the way. Don't need that. There we go. Keep. Oh, you can't sell that because it's worthless. But the sentimental value. Think of the sentimental value. It's through the roof. All right, give me that cool sword. I want that cool sword. I thought when you said you have cheaters, I thought you meant like you know, hackers. People are hacking the game. Okay. Now I have a cool new sword. I was gonna warn you guys, we're not getting past the Spider Forest in today's stream because a couple things. The Spider Forest is one of my favorite areas. The Moth Forest, that's my favorite, and we'll see why when we get there. But Spider Forest has one of the best pieces of music in the game. It also has the best random drop in the game. And I'm real sorry, not sorry, I want that random drop. I'm gonna get that random drop. I'm gonna try something actually. Give me a second. Random drop is a sick beat drop. The beat drop is the cool piece of music that plays when you get in there. It's like this cool little tribal festival piece. I love it. I think I've missed an area in this jungle. Because I'm dead certain that it's not in the spider or moth forest. So I'm going to go check it out. I think I know where it is. If you recall, there was a point where I found a Rigu and went, I'm not going that way. And then I just wandered off. Oh, look at that kunai! That's a cool kunai. Nice! Incidentally, everybody, there are still 3 minions who we can name, if you should like to do so. Empirical Woodland has named one of them Lucy the Handful. So that's what she is. We've got that cool snake boxer. We've got Rigu, who's a big turtle, but not actually doing anything. If I benched it, I don't need an earth minion right now. We also have Mukambu, who I haven't really done anything with. I feel bad about that. Nope, that way is out, round, and back again to fight the poacher. Joe Hendry? I can do that. What the perspective? I'm gonna name the boxer Joe Hendry. He's not a boxer, he's a wrestleman. But it will still fit. And what a wrestleman. I saw him on the indies when he was evil. He's great. Man's a charisma machine. I feel like he's not being used very well. But, you know. That's not going to help at all, is it? Not enough to do what I want to do. That's fine. Let's just keep fighting. I don't have enough letters for Joe Hendry. Hendry, I think, will fit. And that's funnier to me. Because, look how fast Lucy is. Just avoid an earthquake. She's so good. Now then, Sloth, is Neum the name for the next minion suggestion? Because I can call one of them Neum. Can I escape from you? I don't really want to do that fight again. Yes, I can. Good. So yeah, I can write out Joe Hendry. I don't think it will give me enough characters. No. Alright, this is the bit that I wanted to go. These guys, I want these guys. You're getting in my team. these always remind me of, so when they came out, I knew of them initially as Soul Suckers. An enemy from... That's the wrong minion. Oops! I knew them as Soul Suckers, which is what Gene Stealers were originally called in Warhammer. Because I played Space Crusade, and that's what they're called in that. Look, there's a little sleepy animation. That's adorable. You know what you should do, Quagga? Celebrate that you are free. Celebrate that you have survived work. And spend some good time among friends. We're here for everything. That's what we're here for. It is very bizarre to me that the game would give you 2 different air elemental bird enemies in the same area. Especially since these don't look very like elemental. They're grey. I would make them like... That's probably what makes me think they're aliens. Alright then! Ice Lolly is also a good thing. I'll tell you another reason why I thought they were aliens. I thought that thing was a UFO. You see this? I thought that was a UFO. It's a lamp. What are you getting stuck? Oh, you're getting stuck on the CPC Gamer has broken the game this many times text, aren't you? Yes, you have. Number of times Cass has broken his OBS layout. +1. I don't remember what these guys were called in English. Here they're called Mascobita. I don't believe they were called that in English, because that name doesn't ring a bell. But looking at it, that's... Yeah, no, that's what they're... Look at them, it curls up! It goes to sleep. What a cool minion. This is a combo we will be seeing partway through the next forest, incidentally. There is a particularly nasty pair of minions who will... One of them will put you to sleep, and then the other one slaps you awake. But they're incredibly fast, so they just put you to sleep and slap you awake again, and that's how they kill you. We'll get to it. Man, I'm so happy I saw a new area in this forest. Always good when you can find new stuff in a game that you really, really like, you know? Levant does not... Oh, okay, he does. I was going to say he doesn't get a sleeping animation. I thought he just stood there with the sleep logo. Alright then. It always gets me that that is presented as a bad thing in RPGs, and they're like... Are you telling me, Sloth, that in the real world people would not appreciate having a drowsy in their house? To be like, man, I can't go to sleep right now. And then it just uses hypnosis and I'm out for the night? I'd do it. Oh, the IRL sleepiness? Hell no. I'm sorry. Something I was saying to Rixtress about your stream earlier is I appreciate that you did it, and I'm proud of you for it, because... Nice. Because you've mentioned the IRL sleepiness. And here's just this burst of energy and, like, the hypest singing stream. It was great. What's down here? Here, you. Oh, you're not what I wanted at all. They've moved away one of the coolest minions. This thing is called Ojiye, and that's what it is called in English. Yeah, I can keep doing that. That's fine. Absolutely, yes. This will be fine. It's the sort of thing that you don't really think about until somebody tells you, hey, there's a difference. Like, that was a very vague sentence, wasn't it, Cass? Good job. When we went on the elephant walk, Rixtress and I, the guy there was like, alright, how many kinds of elephants are there? 2? Wrong, my friends. There are 3. And here's how to tell the difference between the African elephants and the other different kind of African elephants. And like, oh. Well, now I know. That's fine. Let's tag in Levant and catch this cool, doofy bug. This one I feel is a bit weird for a minion because this looks like something you would just find. You know what I mean? Like, if this thing was just hanging around in a pond somewhere, you wouldn't give it a second look. Not like if you saw a Pikachu, you'd be like, what the hell is that? Nice. And I got a promotion. I like promotions. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Head office likes to talk about promoting mental health and well-being among the staff. The only thing you have ever done to promote my mental health and well-being was double my wages and double my contract. Promotions. Meep and Banshee, that's Rixtress and Wolf's cats. You may have been able to hear that, but the flute music has slowed down and changed key. That means we're getting better at what we're doing. Banshee is smaller than he was, but still quite a big lad. Banshee is the one who launched himself off of my video game boss weak point, and it's funny now. it was funny at the time, but not so much for me. Now, how do we want to do this? That's not going to do a great deal, is it? Oh, I'm just faster than you. Alright, this works for me. I was going to try and work out, like, what is the stratagem here? Nah, just fight him. That's what you do. So, the minions that I remember being here are these little gecko things. And they are the coolest little bug dudes. And I really want one in my team. OGA, less so. I think I actually know. I think I know where those geckos are. If they haven't moved them around in... Well... This is the original version of the game. If they hadn't moved them around in the localized versions of the game, and this is the original. Alright? Yeah. Is that a doorway? No. Okay, cool. We can go down this one. I feel like this area, more than most, would benefit from a remaster of this game, where, like, if they could put some rippling on that water or some decent reflective textures, that looks super duper cool. Oh! That's where this is. That... I wonder if he remembers us. Probably, right? The thing we just picked up is a tablet called The Secret of Killing. And it teaches us how to effectively skin minions by killing them, rather than capturing them like we are doing. Kikinak shows up. He's like, hey!
Oi, oi, chotto.
Wait a second, the hell are you doing with that? Now, basically he shows up, he's like, hey, you can't be having that. You're not allowed to have that. I'm going to take that away from you. Bye. So that's our... Initially, that's our introduction to the Birdman. And we're supposed to go, oh, there he is. We've seen him now. You know. But, because I actually just went to the end of the forest first, it's oops. I'm doing the plot backwards. Don't mind me. No, everything's fine. If I make a mistake, I admit to that. Empirical Woodland's now gonna go, name one time. You can't, because I haven't. I didn't unmute when I played Shadow the Hedgehog. You happy? I'm not. That was a funny intro. Huh. You know what? I don't remember seeing the other teleporter in this map. Like, ever. In Ladybird Forest, it's right by the front door, which is where you want it. Here, I am not sure. Still, we can maybe catch another one of these guys. Go home and merge them. But only after I collect the key. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to have Hendry come out. Surprise run-in. And defeat one of these guys at least. So we get a level on him. Beautiful. Please don't hold this against me, Sloth. I thought you already had. Absolutely fine. If you need to go and rest, go and rest. Nobody will judge you for this. So, be well. Is that enough to catch that? Probably not, yeah? Oh! I think that little yellow cloud when I attack this thing, the kunai has the potential to put an enemy to sleep. I don't know what the weapons do. That's a lie. I know what 3 of the weapons do. There is Dragon Crest, which is the one I'm going to try and get in the Spider Forest. There is Night Glow, which I'm going to try and get in the Moth Forest. Maybe. Depends how comfortable I'm feeling with it. And there's one called Icicle, which is a end game, late game weapon, which always reduces an enemy's hit point to 1. I have only ever gotten Icicle 1 time. I cheated. I used my Game Shark, my Exploder, whichever one it is, and just set the variable of the money held to yes. And and there it was. Part of me is kind of convinced that the reason... I don't have enough. Kind of convinced that the reason my last copy of the game broke is because I added the cosmetic items into my inventory. I thought it'd be fine, but I'm wondering if the game has like a check to see what your inventory is. It's like, hey, you shouldn't have those. Get out of here. Well, see, that's the thing, Quagga. This game has a really nifty post-game, and I'm going to show it off. I'm wondering how much of the post-game I am going to show off, because you'll see when we get there. But I'm absolutely going to show off some part of it on stream. And this was my justification for doing it the last time I tried to stream this, was it's cosmetic. It's purely cosmetic. I put endgame cosmetic items in my inventory, and everything fell apart. And when I gave myself a load of money, well, same deal. I've beaten the game. Legit. I've beaten this game legitimately many, many times. I want the cool thing now. Nice. Right, so down here was our treasure chest. Treasure. I don't need sound alerts like Scooby has. I just make them myself. I blame her entirely, specifically for the word treasure. Right, that was there. That's nothing. That's the exit. One of your cheetahs has cheetah spots, and one of the others has done the housework. Oh, yeah! So this is something I didn't show off before. When you get to a sufficient catcher level, and your minions are sufficiently strong, the minions of the forest run away from you. Mardrek does not want to fight me right now, because he knows Joe Hendry's gonna show up and just sing a witty, subversive song. In one. The game does do the standard RPG thing now, where because we've beaten the forest, the minions are giving us substantially less experience and rewards. And fair enough, right? We've beaten the area. We don't need to do anything else. Man, where is the other teleporter? I genuinely don't remember. Excuse me a second. Let's go explore the rest of this forest. See if we can find it, yeah? And then we'll spend a little bit of time in Spider Forest. And then I will grind out what I need off stream, I guess. I picked up a P-Cross game lately. Shocker, I know. And that's what I've been doing to wind down at the end of the day. But lately it's going to be, well, I guess I need to go and fight some more of the blue dragons. And wonder if the random drop is even in this game. To be fair, they were pretty sneaky with where they put the teleporter in the Dragonfly Forest. Xenolith, if you know... Hey, bud, how you doing? Oh, and you brought friends? Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, no. Yeah, it's behind Kikinak. I remember. Because you have literally no reason to go back there. You can if you want. He's given us his... the ocarina that he gave us after the fight is his ocarina. It's his little summoning tool. So if we want a rematch... Buddy, your boy always wants to fight strong men, so bring it on. fine. I get to come here and just go, man, look at this pretty area. I've never seen it before today, but I really like it. Isn't it pretty? This whole area, just for show. Although I wonder if the implication is that this is the Calabash we need to find. Probably not, because Kikinak has it and hands it over to us, so I don't know. I want to say that... Nobody... I don't know what that is. I may have to double check that. Yeah, there it is! Alright, don't step on that. Because I want to pick up that. And then that's the pendant that will operate the teleporter. I remember. Eventually, after somebody else said it before me, I did remember. Don't worry about it. Now, what I'm gonna do... I'm just going to leave. We have a handful of minions to purify, so let's go do that. Let's go see if we can use the white bird things for anything. Hey, if not, lots of spinning to be done. We'll get some money. Sorry, Mabu.
忙しいのに呼び出したりして。私どうかしてたよ。眉使いの奥さんなのにね。我ら知恵ある獣。
I think it's kind of cool that they didn't give her a reverb effect when she's doing magic in this. It kind of grounds it a little bit. All right, actually, yeah. First thing we needed to do is, was it you? Your name? Come on. No. There we go. That button. Your name is Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, but with a tilde at the end, like how he would say it on the indies. Your name is Joe Hendry! Like that. Alright. Rixtrus, I have been led to believe that. That was his gimmick for a little bit. On NXT, people would be like, man, I don't even know who Joe Hendry is. And then he'd just like step out of a fridge and pose because he's Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. Alright, OGA gets mashed together to make another big OGA. No, you know what? I think I do tend to get OGA in the back part of the Dragonfly Forest because what I always remember doing is putting you and Mukambu together to make this weird little bug with a hat. That's one weird little bug with a hat. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Make a weird little bug with a hat. Give me a second. I just need to check out some stats. Oh, a good stat spread. Thanks. 13, 29, 19. That's the worst one. That's a better design. That's Detective Beetle, for sure. Right, that's gonna be your name. Detective. We're dropping defense a little bit, but every stat is highest if we do it this way around versus the other way around. So, there you go. That's gonna be Detective Beetle. And Valis. What does Valis do? I think that one is just like do it. Do the water attack. But that's gonna be the name. Empirical Detective. Although I don't have enough letters. There's only one thing for it. Detective Beetle. At your service. Right. 2 more Rigus together. Combine that with the other Rigu, and then we've got a strong-ish Earth type. That's one of the advantages of this game, is that if you've got one of each element, you can't have one of each element. If you have, get up here. There you go. If you have, like, 3 elements like I do, you are essentially never at a disadvantage. The worst you're going to be is neutral. That's fine. Alright. Let's put 17, 15, 31, 29. Yes. But put you two together. Going off what Xenolith was saying right there, it actually is pretty sneaky where they put... Excuse me, wow, where are you going, voice? It's actually really cool where they put the teleporter. It's actually kind of cheeky because after you find Kikinak, they boot you back out. You have no reason to go back into the forest and see him again. Cheetahs are now happy in their enclosure? Amazing. Or, as I like to call it, competitive placements. I'm sorry, Pathnate! That's one of our favorite things to do in Stonehenge is anytime it comes up, we're just like, we go through the whole list between us. What do you mean she's Pregonte? What do you mean she's Pathnate? Pregananat. 7, 20, 21, 29. Oof. No. Get out of here with that. So that's quite a ways weaker. and just as fast. Nah, man, I'm gonna do it this way around. The stat boost is a lot higher this way. What do you look like? Please make it nice. I don't know that I like that. Look at you. Your feet don't touch the floor. I don't like that. That's not much. I mean, that's just what you're supposed to look like, because that's where Lucy's skin came from. So, the speedruns that I have seen utilize the warp glitch. And that's how I learned about the warp glitch. No, that's name. That's equip. That one is... That's the one I want. That's... Yes. 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 The merge mechanics of this game are great. By and large, the way it goes is... The first minion is the body. The second minion is the skin. And then it kind of meets halfway in the middle between what it is supposed to do. So... I'm going to get out of that menu before I turn her into Silk. We can't look at them. But you'll notice that Lucy has wings, because at some point we used one of those bird minions. She still has the tiger shape, because we used Madreg as the base, but she looks a little different because we used Vitolka as the skin. And that's why it's really, really quick, and also has boatload of extra abilities we're not supposed to have yet. But legally. Alright, let me just sell you. This one is selling for slightly more than the previous bundles of silk. Because it is... The minion was a higher level when we turned it into silk. So... Wait a second. Wait a second. I think I have a stat boost item. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, right? These two are the various oils. So that's something that is purple. Yeah, give those to a minion. Joe Hendry can have that one. And then, Dick can have that one. Because you don't show up a lot. And I feel bad. There we go. Oh yeah, you can just go back to Cyrus if you want. Makes sense. What one might say, Quaka, one might say, that was a quick pregnancy. Huh? Cheaters, the fastest out. I'm funny. Alright. So Spider Forest, one of my favorite areas in the game. There's a really beautiful piece of music that plays when you're in here. This is where we're going to spend the rest of the stream. And also a while after the stream. Because there's something really cool in here. And it's just like a bastard low chance for it to drop. You're green in this version! Sorry, Rigu, you've been replaced. I can't get that item in this version? Thank you very much for telling me, because I would genuinely, I would spend the entire... We're talking about the sword, right? Because I know that the what's-its in the next forest have a chance to drop Night Glow. So, the English version of the game, these guys have a chance to drop a sword called Dragon Crest. It is, I believe, the strongest base weapon in the game. Outside of the specialty weapons that you can buy later on, like Icicle. Well, I'm glad you told me that. Specifically only dropped by the blue one. Yeah, there you go. Pretty sure a teenage version of me knew that, but me now doesn't. I'm still taking this guy. The minion that we were supposed to get at the start of the game from Chorus was essentially a blue version of one of those. They looked slightly different. It's not quite the same dragon model, but it was a blue version of one of those called Arpatron. You can only have one of the two available minions from that guy. I love this piece of music so much. It's so cheerful. Pretty sure the exit's that way. This is a weird one. Like, you can just go to the exit if you want. All the super rare items are not available in this version of the main game because there are no elemental swaps. So the only one that I know is that Asha in the next forest has the chance to drop Night Glow. Because they only changed the model, not the placement or the actual entity that it is. And thank goodness they did switch it out, because, oh my god. We'll get to that next time. I thought it was a joke initially, the Dragon Crest, because the friend of mine who told me about it has... He lied a lot. Let's not beat about the bush. Your boy lied a lot. He's the one who got the soldier character in Final Fantasy. He found all 135 soldiers. He got that special character. And after a point, you just go like, yeah, okay. And he told me that the dragons in this forest have a chance to drop this huge sword. It's bigger than you are. Yeah, alright, wherever. Whatever. Yeah, Lucy rides again. So what tech does Dragon Crest allow? Because I've only ever used it as a sword. Like, I don't know if you were here for it, when I get Icicle, for example. I just use that to become a catch machine. Because that's what it's for. Can we do this a little more quickly? Probably not, right? Nah, it didn't work. Alright. That's fine. You can use it to skip boss fights. Huh. So the only tech I know about speedrunning / glitching this game is the Hunter Earring warp trick and pausing at the right frame and leaving the forest again with the Hunter Earring. So like it's possible to keep the tablet the secret of killing. If you pick it up and pause the game and leave, Kikinak doesn't show up and take it away from you. The item doesn't do anything. I don't believe you can read it, it just is in your inventory. But it's a thing that you can do. Oh, it's those guys! I remember those guys as well. Yeah, come on, you. Come on, you! I'm gonna have to do 2 in a row now, aren't I? Yes, I am. In English, this one I remember now is called Ragi Dogal, which is close enough to how that is spelled. Ragi Doguru? But like, yeah. That's cool. It's interesting seeing how like, yeah, no, they localize the names pretty well. I mean, I put a bit about it on my channels, one of my more popular videos, talking about how basically every character and concept is presented the same in English as it was in Japanese, except for one, and that is also going into spoiler territory. Man, I'm getting levels. Look at that. It's gonna be Lucy the Handful again. Let's go. Yeah. I never really liked the look of these guys. I feel like they were very top-heavy, and they were, like, scraping around a lot. I also didn't like them because I'm pretty sure that attack is trying to stone me, and I don't want that. Because that is a... Yes, it is. That is trying to turn me to stone. So, every turn, you can see how I'm slowly going more and more grey. Every turn, I'm slowing down and turning more and more into stone. It's a death sentence. Unless you can use the purification seal or leave. I'm going to leave. That's right on the edge of a quarter health. I can do this. It's red. It's fine. many times is the game gonna do that tonight? You stop laughing at me, seagulls. You hear those seagulls laughing at me. Jerks. Fine, I'll get that in a bit. Tell you what I'll need to do is maybe get some extra MP on Lucy, because like one attack and then I have to recharge a whole bunch before I can do it again. What does this do to you? Does this do a lot of damage? Probably not, right? More than you'd think, less than you'd hope. Also, wait, no, you know what? Lucy's starting to look a little bit like Jimothy. I'm guessing because we fused her with one of the flying enemies at one point, so we kind of shortened her spine by doing that. But she's just like a little ball, like Jimothy. Well, there you go. We must all go very quiet, because it will interrupt the flute playing if I keep talking. And then I gotta push up and B in Pokemon. Shh. That is a decent upgrade in attack power, but I feel like it's dropping everything else too much that I don't even want to do it. Oh, I thought that's what it was. Our weapon's called Little Bird. Chisai Tori. There you go. I was like, I'm going to leave now. No, I'm not. I really don't have much of a choice now, do I? Thankfully, this does not persist. I don't know about jump scare. More like, oh man, I really don't want to be here right now. It's fine. We lived. We only got kicked out of one forest one time. We good. Now let's see if we can do something a little better with our Earth minion. Because Rigu's fun, not as cool as the dragon. Not as cool as the weird Cyclops Aardvarks. I really like those ones. Just these twitchy, spring-loaded little goblins, they're great. Right. Yep. So while we're going through, I did skip through a lot of it, but the I recall the shopkeeper talks a lot about Mabu at this point, mentioning how, oh, what a cute young girl. She wears fancy Nagi clothes. Bit weird though. I don't know. I don't trust them Nagi people. And it's unfortunate. Right, that's Ragi. Ragi. There you go. Do another one of you. Well, Quaka. I feel like you may have answered your own question there. If you, do you have capacity to get penguins? Because penguins are great. I'm not biased. And if you listen to Rixtress, she'll tell you much the same. Do you have peacocks? I know you got peacocks over the gate at the monorail, because I think that's a really cool design you've got going on. But peacocks in general are cool. When Rixtress and I went to the zoo, it was raining, and we got to see the peacocks, because they can, like, they can't fly, but they can jump real good, and like chickens. They were just, I'm leaving my enclosure, and I'm going over there to the wildebeest, because they have a sheltered food area. And then they were just sitting underneath the awning, and the wildebeest just like, hey, sup? Don't eat my food. That looks kind of cool. I don't know about the big stretchy face though. Oh, you don't have penguins cause there's no DLC. That's unfortunate. That is also an unfortunate state of affairs. Why do you look like that, Daggeron? Get rid of your little wings. Or even a cool wingling dragon. No. Yes. Look at that face. That face right there, that's like a hatchet fish. Why was I programmed to feel pain? I don't know, Bug. Why were you programmed to feel pain? I think I might just take my dragon. Detective Beetle can wait there. So what do we call our dragon? You know, I pronounced it Dagron. I have to. Your name is Trogdor now. Lucy, Johandry, Trogdor, and Detective Beetle. Amazing. This killer's row. You love to see him. You. There is Penguin DLC you don't think. Damien? Damien it is. I can change that. Damien Dragon. It's all for you, Damien. Ah. Damien. Remarkable. Now, let's go sell off some of the... Well, let's go sell off all of the silk that we have just created. And... see what else we've got. Anyways, yeah, stepping back a little bit. I was always suspicious of my friend who told me that certain enemies dropped certain equipment because let's say, he was not the most trustworthy friend. But I also hadn't really had a great deal of familiarity with RPGs that had random drops. Why would the game not give you just everything up front? Go buy it at the shop. But it turns out there's actually quite a lot of stuff that the enemies drop. I want to say... Survival Vest is one of the items. You can put Levant in camo. I could be wrong. We've mentioned just now the Divine Garb is one of them. That's another piece of armor. There's at least 2 weapons that I know of. Super low chance to drop. Like you were saying again, it's 2%. Good luck. But why did I bring my Earth Dragon into the forest where the Earth Dragons live? I don't think that was a very smart thing to have done. Excuse you. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I could have done, is sold off the spear that I found. Is this the one where I need... Oh, animal. Peacocks, if you're able. That's alright. If not... what's a good animal for tropical climes? Camels. You have any camels? Camels are cool. Oh yeah, no, cappies! You gotta have cappies! So this is not the person we are looking for. This person is named Kakayamu. I forget if it was all of them. But, in the... wow, I forgot the word for dub. In the dub, they spoke with Russian accents. At the very least, Papa Yamu did. He's just like, hello, yes, I am Forest Man. I wish to speak with you and to see the forest. Please select from Tree of Dialogue, not Tree of Forest, and we'll see what happened next. And it was just... you think I'm exaggerating? You might not think I'm exaggerating. But... that's how it was! Alright, let's try that again. There we go. There we go. I am full of regret. Yeah, do camels. Camels are cool. Alright, step 1, fight that thing. That thing's gotta go. Because... Oh, hot damn. What do you mean you're gonna turn me to stone? Really wish you wouldn't. I said I really wish you wouldn't. This might be a good point to, I mean, I said we're not going to get out of here this stream, and that's fine. We're not. But might be a good point to do a little bit of grinding between streams, so that when I come back next time, right? Magic doesn't miss! So that when I come back next time, my guys are stronger, and everything will be fine. Also, yeah, next time on Dragon Ball Z. Do that tomorrow. What are we gonna do now? Yes. Hey, Dragon, I'm you, but cooler. We were talking a little bit just now about the some of the skip tech in this game, some of the speedrunning stuff. It's wild to me. The speedrun for this game that I saw was about an hour and a half. And most of that was the introductory cutscene. Because it goes. It goes and goes and goes. Ah, you're fine. Let's go get that treasure chest. And... speedrun is about 45 minutes now. Maybe that's the one I saw. I saw somebody streaming it. And initially I thought, alright, 45 minutes, whatever. Whatever. But yeah, if you use the Hunter's Warp, you just... essentially just walk from the start to the end, and there you go. In fairness, I did let the entire, like, all of the speech play out during the intro, so there's that. Hello, Summer. Thank you very much for the lurk. What I'm going to do is... playing MU-ROM, which looks kind of... I was going to say halfway between Axiom Verge and La Mulana, but Axiom Verge is half La Mulana. So it looks like a stripped-down version of Axiom Verge, and looks kind of cool, not gonna lie. Grass percent. Go outside and don't play the game? Is that... what? I'm aware of touch grass. But not like the actual concept. When I go to South Africa. It's not like great plains of grass like you will occasionally see in England. I suppose you would have the potential for bad luck in this game. based on what the AI chooses to do. Cut every blade of grass in the game. Nice. That's just worse. I'm keeping this cool thing I found, thanks. Wait, is this the bit that I want? No, right? Is this where baby is? This is where baby is. When we found this earlier, this is a missable encounter. If you don't come this way and find Yummy, and also have the Kickleberry with you. Hey, you want this? What would you like to know? Who's Yamu? Yamu's my older brother. I'm Yummy. Mostly she just wants food. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. See, I'm used to Turf Raid being there. I'm guessing the same spot we're thinking about. I'm used to it being Turf Raid. And I was very surprised when it wasn't, because, like, well, I guess we're just not having a decent Earth minion for the first half of this game, apparently. I'm just gonna come over here and catch one of the green dragons. I mean, it worked out quite nicely, because Lucy's base is Mardrag, so, you know, she's good, she's fine, she knows what's up. Oh, it's you! I'm gonna fight you. This one's called Doggle Chew. And you're water type, aren't you? Yes, you are. I might have to mash you up with Detective, and you'll still be called Detective, but you'll be more of a bruiser than a mage. And that absolutely suits me. Ah! Quara, yes. I'm really, really happy that you're free from work. I'm really happy that, like, I think it's a church song. There's a song that my family always sings with instances like this. One more step along the world I go, and it's makes me feel quite nostalgic and sad, but that's what you're doing now. It's exciting. So, my thing is that I don't remember the back half of the Spider Forest very well. I think this is... Yes! I think this is where I get one of my favorite minions, but I don't know if that's the back half of the Moth Forest. Nope. Yeah! kind of hoping it wouldn't see me. But it did. I should have fixed up Damien, shouldn't I? Oh well. Yeah, that'll be fine, because I can do that, and then... Unless it wants to use the skill, I'll be fine. So yeah, I tend to forget where everything is and what everything can do, specifically. It's genuinely... This is one of my favorite games of all time. I haven't put a great deal of time into learning the mechanics like that. I'm just like, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Arpatron or Batolka from the start, and they're just gonna be, they're my boys. They're the fellas. And then I keep them with me, and everything's grand. But yeah, no, if I can get Doglechew on my team and spec Detective into more of a... basically have higher stats in general, that would be grand. Alright, so this should be us. And you know what? I say I would save and stop, but I do know, speaking of the game mechanics, and I've touched on it in the last stream, I know that, like, abilities are stored in the RAM. So, hey, maybe let's go and purify and merge these guys so that I have them before I turn off the console and lose that. I did that with the starting minion once. Arpatron. It's supposed to have all these cool attacks and abilities, and I don't remember why. I had to, like, save and go do something. Oh, we'll fight you next time, bud. Oh, you worry about thing. But I had this useless dragon. No skills or abilities. Very sad. Very sad times. Alright. Alright, let's do this, and then we'll go for... Now, Sloth says we need to find someone cool and gay to raid into. I feel like that is the majority of my friends, so we are in good hands. I only caught the 2? That's fine. Alright, Doglechew. Get mashed up. I think we've done alright. We are partway through the 3rd forest of the game. I don't remember how to speak to Mother Forest person, but I will hopefully figure that out, by which I mean look it up. Alright, so what do we got? We have got 23, 24, 29, 29, 20. 25, 23, 24, 27, 23. That's, do you know what? That's an interesting mixture. It's going to be how exactly do I want to spec this thing and what do I want it to look like. I kind of feel like that one. But it looks so scrongly. We're going for that one. It looks kind of naked. It is. It's a minion. But, like... It's stronger. And it doesn't look all weird and crumbly. Okay. Gotta name you again, though. That's fine. Your name continues to be Detective Beetle Gumshoe. Yeah, there you go. I feel like that's what a lot of the Despicable Me cartoons are for, though, right? Like, it's... You watch it on an iPad in the back of a minivan, and, this funny man, say banana. They're like rabbits, but yellow. That's a fine way to end this now, isn't it? Yes, it is. So... I am going to and we're gonna go and raid someone. Let's go say hello to... Oh, hell yeah, Mac and Bees is doing Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Pokemon Infinite Fusion's great. Do come back tomorrow. It is going to be Final Fantasy VII, some more of that. We're going to cross the ocean, and nothing bad will happen on the boat. Something bad's already happened on the boat. My surprise is ruined. Oops. Come back for that. And until next time, goodbye.